Manual of Youth Work and Facilitation Tools for Political Participation. Work Package 3, Training of the Youth, Intellectual Output. Introduction. This manual is part of the European project Bicycle Culture as Youth's Civic and Sustainable Empowerment, funded by the Erasmus Plus program under the Erasmus Youth 2024 YouthTOG strand. The project seeks to promote youth political participation through the promotion of a cycling culture that connects values of sustainability, health, inclusion, and active citizenship. It revolves around a series of training and participatory activities centered on the use of the bicycle as an integrating axis for the Sustainable Development Goals, the European Green Deal, and the EU Youth Strategy 2019 to 2027. This document corresponds to Intellectual Output 2, IO2, developed within the framework of Work Package 3, WP3. This work package focused on the implementation of an international youth exchange held in Sarong, Cantabria, Spain, from March 31st to April 9, 2025, involving 60 young people from Spain, France, Portugal, Italy, Belgium, and Poland. The main objective of WP3 was to train young people in facilitation tools, collaborative methodologies, and political proposal design, using the Dragon Dreaming approach as a methodological axis. During the youth exchange, participants explored the possibilities of transforming their ideas into real political actions, learning to work as a team, identify social needs, and build projects aligned with their personal and collective values. The bicycle, understood as both a symbol and tool of social transformation, served as a starting point for reflecting on issues such as sustainable mobility, climate justice, social inclusion, and urban accessibility. The main goal of this manual is to provide youth workers, facilitators, and educators with practical and methodological tools to foster youth political participation through innovative approaches focused on collective creation, personal empowerment, and transformative action. This document is therefore a reflection of the lived process, a compilation of tools used, and a practical guide for replicating and adapting this experience in other educational and social contexts. 2. Theoretical and Methodological Foundations. 2.1 Youth Political Participation in Europe. The Bicycle Project starts from a concerning observation. Youth political participation in Europe is limited, especially among those who feel their voices are not heard in decision-making processes. According to the Eurobarometer and European Parliament surveys, most young Europeans feel they have no influence on political decisions that affect them, particularly at national and European levels. This perception leads to disaffection, distrust, and a widespread sense of powerlessness. Moreover, there is a deep inequality in access to political knowledge, especially among young people from rural areas, with fewer opportunities or belonging to marginalized groups. Nevertheless, numerous studies highlight that most young people want to contribute to improving the world they live in, and when given real opportunities, they respond with energy, commitment, and creativity. 2.2 Needs Assessment. During the preparation of the project, partner organizations conducted interviews and contextual analyses that confirmed the following challenges: lack of knowledge about how politics works at local, national, and European levels, difficulty connecting with political representatives, lack of spaces to develop collective proposals, scarcity of practical tools to transform ideas into political action. In this context, an innovative approach is needed that links non-formal education with empowerment and transformation processes. Here, the bicycle becomes a symbolic and practical vehicle, a tool that connects sustainability, health, inclusion, participation, and citizenship. 2.3 Dragon Dreaming Methodology. To address these challenges, the Dragon Dreaming methodology was used, a holistic approach based on deep ecology, indigenous cultures, and collective intelligence. This methodology allows participants to dream, plan, act, and celebrate projects that adhere to the win-win-win values: personal growth, community strengthening, and service to the earth. Applied to political participation, Dragon Dreaming provides an ideal framework for young people to design collective proposals aligned with their values, interests, and needs. Through its tools, it encourages experiential, cooperative, and transformative learning. Third, application of Dragon Dreaming to political participation. The Dragon Dreaming methodology, structured in 4 phases, dreaming, planning, acting, and celebrating, was the methodological core of the youth exchange developed under the Bicycle Project. This methodology not only facilitated the creation of politically impactful ideas, but also enabled participants to experience a collective empowerment process from an ecological, inclusive, and collaborative perspective. Phase 1: Dreaming. In this initial phase, young participants gathered in international teams to collectively imagine what kind of political changes they wanted to see regarding bicycle use, urban mobility, climate justice, and youth inclusion. Guided by generative questions and visual materials, posters, paper, post-its, markers, the groups shared their dreams and aspirations without limitations, fostering a shared vision. Phase 2: Planning. Once the collective dreams were defined, each group embarked on the planning phase. Using Dragon Dreaming tools such as SMART goal creation, task assignment, and visual planning schemes, the youth structured how to bring their ideas to life. This phase encouraged organizational skills, teamwork, collaborative leadership, and strategic thinking. Phase 3: Doing. During this stage, the groups began prototyping and presenting their projects. The elevator pitch dynamics helped them summarize their ideas in short, impactful presentations. This exercise fostered public speaking, message clarity, and persuasion, key skills for youth political advocacy. Phase 4: Celebrating. The closing phase went beyond formal evaluation and included collective celebration spaces, recognition of learning, and shared reflection. Participants reviewed their initial expectations, fears, and contributions, and assessed the process as a transformative experience both personally and collectively. Impact of the process. The use of Dragon Dreaming allowed the youth to internalize a replicable, practical, and accessible methodology, applicable in both local and international contexts. Moreover, working in multicultural teams helped overcome language and cultural barriers, reinforcing non-formal learning and active citizenship. Fourth, practical facilitation tools. The Youth Exchange of WP3 not only introduced the Dragon Dreaming methodology, but also relied on a wide range of facilitation tools and group dynamics that enriched the learning process and promoted active participation. Below are some of the most relevant ones, both for the work of facilitators and for their direct application with youth groups. 4.1 Activation and Group Cohesion Dynamics. These activities were designed to promote mutual understanding, break the ice, and create a trusting atmosphere. Rock, Paper, Scissors Fan Club, Evolution. This adapted version served as a morning energizer. Participants started as eggs and, by winning matches, evolved into chicks, dinosaurs, and finally, leaders. This dynamic generated laughter, physical movement, and connection, ideal for starting a day with energy. Circle Name Game, Name Market, Bingo. On the first day, each person received adhesive tape with blank spaces instead of the letters of their name. They had to walk around and exchange letters with others until they completed their names. This promoted immediate interaction and helped memorize names within the group. 4.2 Tools for Rule Creation and Safe Spaces. Collective rule creation. After a guided reading of basic coexistence norms, each national group wrote new proposals on Post-it notes. For example, one group proposed active listening without interruption, and another keeping spaces clean together. The rules accepted by consensus were placed on a visible poster throughout the exchange, promoting co-responsibility and respect for diversity. Board of Expectations, Fears, and Contributions. On the second day, a large board was filled with colorful Post-its. One participant expressed a fear of not being heard due to the language barrier, while another shared an expectation to learn how to engage politically through everyday life. This visual tool helped align group expectations, express concerns, and highlight individual contributions. The board was revisited at the end to reflect on what had been achieved. 4.3 Structures for Group Organization and Autonomy. Role assignment, paparazzi, kitchen team, timekeeper, etc. Each day, groups took on specific responsibilities such as timekeeper, marking breaks, kitchen helpers, assisting with meals, and paparazzi, documenting the day with photos. Allowing the group to self-manage certain daily tasks promoted shared responsibility and horizontal leadership. Division into working groups by shapes, hearts, stars, etc. To form work teams without hierarchy or bias, cards with different shapes were used. This strategy supported balanced distribution and added an element of dynamism to group organization. 4.4 Techniques for Political Participation. Elevator speech. A technique used to summarize political ideas into 30-second speeches. In groups, participants developed proposals related to cycling and local policy. For instance, one group proposed a European network of free bicycle loans for youth. Each group presented its idea in 30 seconds before their peers, enhancing skills in synthesis and public speaking. Open space workshops, self-managed learning sessions where participants offered their own workshops, e.g., yoga, thematic collage, Erasmus+, presentations, promoting initiative and knowledge exchange. During the youth exchange, one participant led a morning yoga session for gentle stretching, while another organized a collage workshop using magazine cutouts to illustrate visions of future cycling cities. 4.5 Dragon Dreaming Tools. These tools, being experienced rather than merely explained, enabled young people not only to understand the method, but also to adopt it as an effective and sensitive way of creating together. Dreaming Circle. This tool opened a space for teams to share their ideas without filters or restrictions. In a safe environment, each participant expressed their vision of the change they wished to see in their community or in Europe, starting with questions such as, "What would you like to change regarding bicycle use in your city?" Or, "What do you think would make your community more sustainable?" One example. In one circle, a participant proposed creating a network of public bike schools in rural areas, an idea that was enthusiastically received and became the core of their project proposal, Karabirt. This is a planning board that helps visualize tasks, responsibilities, and timelines. During the planning phase, groups used the Karabirt to break their projects into concrete steps. For example, a group developing the idea of a European Bicycle Week defined tasks such as event design, contacting local authorities, social media promotion, and creating educational materials. Each task was assigned to specific members with deadlines and required resources. This tool not only facilitated organization, but also made collective progress visible, generative questions, and active listening. These questions, posed by facilitators, opened spaces for deep reflection. They were especially useful during moments of creative block or to enrich the dreaming and celebration phases. Examples of questions used. What do you value most about your proposal? What impact would your idea have if implemented? What does this idea need to become a reality? Active listening was also consciously cultivated. Rules included not interrupting, validating what was heard before responding, and asking clarifying rather than judgmental questions. These practices fostered trust and nonviolent communication, enhancing the quality of outcomes. 4.6 Tools for Transformative Communication. In addition to participatory dynamics, tools from Dragon Dreaming that brought an emotional and reflective dimension to group processes were also used. Pinakari. Pinakari is a practice of deep listening based on shared silence and conscious connection. During the youth exchange, it was applied at the start of dreaming sessions to help each group focus before visualizing their ideas. Participants sat in a circle, closed their eyes, and remained silent for 1 minute, listening to the environment and their internal sensations. This practice helped calm the mind, focus attention, and create an atmosphere of respect and presence before collective work. It was also used in moments of tension or distraction as a recentering tool. Aha, ahaha moments. These spontaneous moments occurred when an idea resonated emotionally and intellectually with the group. One such moment happened during the doing phase when a team proposed incorporating adapted bicycles as a symbol of accessibility in local policies. When presented, several teammates exclaimed, "That's it! That makes total sense." This collective reaction of insight and excitement was celebrated as an aha, ahaha moment. Facilitators highlighted and acknowledged these instances to reinforce motivation and validate group achievements. Though subtle, these resources played a significant role in creating a safe, creative, and collaborative group environment. Integrating them consciously into non-formal educational processes helps cultivate emotional intelligence and systemic thinking, key qualities for transformative political participation.